Hi, thought I'd do another video here explaining how I was able to get an accurate speedometer in this Series 3 Dash running off of this automatic transmission and LT230 transfer case. It was a little bit of trial and error, but I got it to work right, and it's within like 1%. I've timed it on or clocked it with the GPS and everything. But first off, what we have starting out with the tires, I got 7.5 by 16 XZL military tires on here, and then those through the drive shafts go to the diffs. The diffs have been replaced with 3.54 Range Rover ratio differentials. That, of course, then goes to the 1.2 ratio LT230 transfer case that I have down here. And then that leads me to the speedometer gear. I have a 21 tooth Speedo gear from a Defender in here. And then I've got the then it goes to the speedometer cables. But reason why I have everything apart right now is I just recently installed. It's kind of hard to see back up in there. I just recently installed a speed transducer, because the EFI system, of course, can use an input from a speed transducer to help regulate the idle, and I think, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it may also improve fuel economy overall. Could be. That was something that when the original owner had installed this engine and transmission combo in the Series 3 here, that he didn't do. I mean, it's not necessary. I mean, it ran fine without it, but I just thought, hey, you know, it couldn't hurt. So the lower transmission cable, or speedometer cable, excuse me, you know, which runs from the transfer case down there up to the speed transducer. That's a standard Range Rover Classic part. The only thing I had to do is on the transfer case end, the cable itself is only 1/10 of an inch, 0.10, whereas the input on the Defender speedometer gear is 0.125, about 1/8 of an inch. So I actually found some square brass tubing, you know, meant for hobbyists, but it was on Amazon, and the inside, of course, inside is 0.10 and the outside is 0.125. So I cut off a small piece of that, slipped it over the end of the cable, pinned it into place so it couldn't go anywhere, and that slipped inside perfectly into that speedometer gear. And there's no play in it whatsoever, and it's great. For the upper cable, I used the original series cable that I had. I just had to cut it short, and I had to. There we go. I had to put a square tip on the end, a 0.10 inch, 1/10 of an inch square tip on the end, so it would engage with the speed transducer, as well as install a 5/8 by 18 fitting on there. It's all crimped together, and I was able to screw that right to it. And that runs straight with the speedometer. Now, using a regular series speedometer didn't work. It was not accurate. And some of you sharp-eyed viewers may say, well, that's a Series 3 speedometer, and it's actually not. It's a speedometer out of a Triumph Spitfire. It's basically configured the same as a Series. It still has the beam and the oil and the ignition light at the bottom. But the key to this why I was able to get this accurate is the turns per mile on the speedometer. It is 1,000 TPM, whereas the Series was a much higher TPM. So by fitting this in here, it you know, fit right in the dash. It looks like it belongs, and now I have an accurate as well as, you know, correct looking speedometer in the Series 3. It's a bit of a conglomeration of parts. I'll probably do a video at some point. It's showing some of the different parts that came out of different vehicles that went into this thing. I mean, originally, of course, the body is Series 3, and the engine transmission came out of a Range Rover Classic. But there's other things on here. There's Defender parts, there's Discovery parts, there's, you know, hey, you know, I got the Triumph speedometer here, and just other odds and ends about from other vehicles, and it's just to make it work. But that'll be for a later video, I think. I'll have to sit down and try and remember everything, remember all the odd parts that went in here, and do that. But yeah, so anyhow, it is possible to get an accurate transmission, or why do I keep saying transmission? Accurate speedometer with an auto transmission in a Series, or even in a Defender vehicle. You just got to figure out the ratios, and then go from there. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll think up another video to do for today. It's a nice day, so I don't mind filming. It's, you know, I'm not freezing to death, so it's good. But okay, thanks for watching.